absolutely love my experience with Cultivate. I think we were part of Big Day of Giving last year, and it was challenging because you don't know what to expect. And I think even this year it would have been just as challenging, but being a part of Cultivate, having to share what we've gone through with each other and strategize together and having that feedback from people, what's worked, what hasn't worked in the past, and being able to keep focused, especially the work that all of us do as cultivators. You know, we wear many hats and our attentions can be pulled away. And so being able to meet together and regain focus so that we can continue the work. Being able to connect with so many different cultivators that have different organizations like the arts. You know, that's a beautiful thing to be able to incorporate, we have a cultivator that does therapy, and to be able to provide a therapist, possibly a connection that looks like our women. That's a big deal, right? That's not something when I got there, the therapists that worked there did not reflect the women that were our residents. So being able to make those sorts of connections, even though when you don't think it might intersect, it really can. So it's just been so beneficial, and it's not just as networking. It's more than networking. It's really just having a community of like-minded people trying to make the world a better place. Bishop Gallegos Maternity Home is a shelter for homeless pregnant women, as well as a self-actualization program. So we are trying to help our mothers see their potential in life and hook them up with the other community resources that can help strengthen their self-esteem, their self-efficacy, and to be able to be confident that when they step out into the world with their baby on their own, that they will be going forward and not falling backwards. The moms stay with us until baby's about 3 months old. That's what the program was designed for. But the last thing we ever want to do is put a woman back out with her baby into, say, for example, a traditional shelter program. The women here get their own private room with their baby. And so we do also have a transitional home. So if they do need extra time, they can apply for our transitional home. When they're with us at the maternity side, they participate in parenting classes, domestic violence workshops, any substance abuse or counseling. We will take them to those appointments, and we also do on-site AA meetings. And then when they go to the transitional home, there's less emphasis on that. We still do AA and those sorts of things to support sobriety, but they're required to also either work or go to school for about 35 hours a week, and they can combine that as well. And those also include any sort of education program. It doesn't have to be like enrolled at a junior college or in another trade school. We look at all sorts of different types of education, and we try to make sure that our each resident's case is managed specifically for her needs. Because what we're trying to create is a generational change for them and their babies and their future families. We developed a class that I still continue to teach at the home now called My Mom, My First Teacher. It's actually a child development class. So it's the why behind the how. And then it's a great opportunity for them to be reflective on maybe the household that they were raised in. How did they develop to be the person they are today? And how would they have wanted to be different? And how you can provide an environment that's different for your own child. A lot of what we do is that mentoring, right? Is because we are a peer-led program. So my staff, with the exception of myself, have all been residents before. And so not only is that great for the women just knowing what's expected and being able to share that, but being able to see, oh my gosh, like if she can do it and look at her now, what's stopping me? A regular day for us at Bishop Gallegos Maternity Home usually starts with our morning house meeting with our residents. And then we'll meet individually with our residents as far as for case management who has an appointment. We'll take people to their doctor's appointments. If they have court, we'll do, transport them there if it's off-site and not Zooming, like sometimes it is now. And it's really just a hodgepodge of different activities. Our unique days would be something like we'll have family day, because we do also want to encourage our residents to foster and maintain those healthy relationships that they have. And so we will have parties or we'll celebrate holidays at the home, and it is like a big family reunion. We'll have cornhole or, bingo or something like that, and those are an unusual day. But it's very special because then even our residents' families actually interact with one another as well. So it's just a great family building day, not just for the one-on-one families, but for us as a whole family, for Bishop Gallegos family. During our house meeting, I was telling a story and I was giving examples, and I said, so like if I were to go to work, if I were at work, and I just stopped myself and I started laughing because I'm like, I am at work, but it doesn't feel like work. It's like you're with extended family, right? You're around these women and their babies, and you just become so familiar because you're helping them care, asking questions, sharing so much of our life stories and experiences that it doesn't really feel like work. We're doing a lot of work, but it doesn't feel like work. It just feels like loving and caring for people. It's what we do.